my scrappy friends, it's Kim back from Memories in Time. Today I'm here to use our Slimline Celebration Stars Thin Cut, which is made to fit the Slimline cards, and it's part of a special we have going on for National Stamping Month. I'm here to take this completely away from cards and show you why you need this. I want to show you why you need this thin cut in your life if you are a scrapbooker. I have already pre-cut some stars with black cardstock, and then some of these stars pop out full stars. Some of them, like this one, pops out a little different. It has a cutout in it, but then I'm going to use these, as you see scattered here, on my page as well. And this is not a great photograph. This is my gorgeous little nephew who's a junior at Prestonsburg, and he is football star this year, and this is a picture that was in the program. This is the full ad that his mom and dad and sister put in the program, and I did not want to cut the program apart to scrapbook it, and so this was even taken before their new uniforms was here, and this is not even his number. He's actually number 22, and so I just took a picture of that ad in the program, and I'm going to be scrapbooking that. And again, it's not the best quality, you can tell, and there's a little sheen right here that I could not get out because the program, the way it naturally curved. So one more time, here is the inspiration for this page, and my beautiful CTMH maker sister, Katy Taylor, is who, actually I saw this sketch in the 30 Days of Sketches Challenge first, and I absolutely love this. So I have basically chosen how I'm going to lay out my papers, what I'm going to do with my tags, how I'm going to use my stars. I've already got all the paper. The photo is matted. I've cut 1 inch off the white daisy, and I have centered that in the black cardstock. I know it's hard to tell with the Versamat. And then I've roughed up the edge, and I've decided where I want the stars, which this one I will cut. I want that a little off, and I am going to do the photo a little wonky sideways there. I pulled some, going to do some stash busting. These are really old enamel gems, and so these were in my stash. I'm not going to use a lot of red, but I do want 3 pops of red around the page with a little candy apple ink. I have some stash busting here, just some twine from my stash, some red and white and black and white that I'll use in the tags, and then I pulled some black enamel dots. So, oh, and one more thing. I don't know that I'll use any of these new thin acrylic arrows. They're brand new from our core catalog. I may, and I think I will try to put some brackets around my title, which is coming from this September months of the year stamp, and my title is going to be You Got This. So I am ready to start putting some things down on the page. I'm excited. Very excited. And I will tell you, I kind of did a faux pas here. I thought that I was not going to use the full tag, but then when I decided to add this layer in, I needed the full tag. But when I glue this down to the page and I can position that, only you will know because you've watched this YouTube, right? That's it. Nobody else will know. So the first thing I think I want to do is I want to add some of these. I know what I'm going to do first. I've pulled my black shimmer pen, and I do want to add a little shimmer. I'm going to lay these over to this side because those are cut for that side. I'm going to lay these at the bottom because those are for the bottom of the photo. And these are going to go to this side because they're for the top of the photo. And normally, I would spread out my, and you know what, I'm just going to do it because I know me, I will make a mess. So I'm just going to move this for a second. I couldn't do a quick video, y'all, like my life depended on it, or, you know, I was hungry and getting something yummy to eat, I just couldn't do, I just could not do a fast video. Scrapbooking, I love it, but, like, I'm slow. So, I'm going to just use my bone folder. And I'm just going to add a little ink here and there. I want to add a little right here. And the way I'm tapping, it's not going to be big spatters. And that's kind of what I want with the black this time. And I'll tell you why. Because I am going to be using that stamp that... this stamp with the red that has bigger spatters in it. I'm just going to wipe this up real quickly. And move that right out of the way. And hopefully I'm still in frame. Let me check that real quick and make sure. Yeah. Still in frame. I've kind of moved my arm a little bit closer to me, so my filming area is just a little closer, and so I get a little more wiggle with the camera, and for that I really am sorry. I keep telling myself that I'm going to invest in one of those really nice Archon stands. Keep telling myself that. So what I need to do first is, because I want these stars to go down first, I need to think about where my photo is going to go. And you know what? That doesn't need to be that long. So I'm just going to cut that. And I think I want that. Do I want the stars over or under? Let's think about this. And what I love about this page is it is going to be extremely forgiving. I do not have to have things perfectly lined up. It will be very forgiving, and I love that. I like to just be able to create and not worry about the perfection, because here's the thing that you may know or may not know about me is there are times when I do tend to be a perfectionist, and anytime I get the opportunity to just like lay my pages down and not worry about that, I love it. I love it. I'm not really sure. I kind of had these already laid out. I think I want that one to stand. I want it to overlap and stand up a little. Just make sure my photo is going. And then this one I want to be just a little longer. And again, these are mix-in papers, just a hodgepodge. Now that is like, whether I'm trying to be perfectionist or not, that's too bad. These are just hodgepodge mix-ins from like back in the summer. And I absolutely love, I really hadn't been, I guess in a way I want to say I had not been hoarding them, but then in a way I almost feel like I had been hoarding them, if that makes any sense. My nephew's, he plays basketball, baseball, and football, and his school colors are red and black, and I am not like, when my oldest niece played in high school, and she's 30, getting ready to be 32 on her next birthday, like I was all about at that time the pattern paper for soccer and basketball and all that. And like, I'm not feeling that for John, if that makes sense. Like, I just want to use what's in my stash. Those of you, and I'll just share this real quickly while I'm kind of putting this page to get these things together. So when the pandemic happened, and I decided, you know, I was working from home. I kind of had already started working from home before the pandemic happened, and I have to think about this now. Why is that a weird size? I'm trying to figure out why that's a weird size. I don't know, but that's a weird size. Maybe I don't know why that's a weird size. So we decided that we were going to create a dedicated scrapbook space, and I had one, and I shared it actually with the home office, and I really wanted to be more organized. I wanted my dedicated scrap space to be really a scrap space. And so our very first home project of the pandemic was redoing my scrapbook room. You would not believe how much stuff I gave away. I mean, like, full collections of things I gave away. And so I decided I'm going to use what's in my stash, what I've collected, and I am not, for basketball, football, and baseball, I did not give away my stamps. I will say that. I did not give away my stamps. And so that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to use that stuff. And again, I can cut this. It doesn't need to be that long. So I had kind of been hoarding, I guess, in a sense, these papers, because I knew I would use them for this purpose. Basketball, football. Well, no matter how I do that, that's kind of looking a little crooked. Love this so very much. So very much. I think I want that one to be out a little bit longer. And these zip strips, what a perfect use of these zip strips. Okay, so there's that paper down. And then now I'm going to decide where I want these ink spots to go. This stamp set is perfectly imperfect patterns, and you have some watercolor patterns, you have some texture patterns, you have a little star, you have these like paint drops and spatters. That's like a faux stitching, and that's just some dots and some slashes and some little hearts. Love it. Love it. Now this, I did not get out a large enough block. And I have used that. It has been, I think I want this, how do I want this to go? I want to be able, I think I want it right up there. I want to be able to see it. And so I'm just going to ink up and put it down right there. Oh, I love it. And the thing about these dark colors, like this red, candy apple red, is it looks really dark when it goes on, but as it dries, it's such a pretty shade of red. Ooh, I love that right there in those stars. And I'm very tempted to use the small one and put a little bit there, but I'm not going to, because I do not want to overdo this. I do not want to overdo this. And where are my scissors? actually, what I think I'm going to do here is grab this X-Acto knife and my ruler. And if all I can do, because I do not want to press hard enough that I'm cutting into my black paper, but if all I can do is impress upon where I need to cut, and that's exactly what happened. It made a mark for me. And then these actually may look better down here because there's not as much of the star. And again, back to the beginning of the video, I used this thin cut that is part of the Slimline celebration because I knew I wanted that in my scrapbook. I wanted to use that when I scrapbook, so to speak. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this. Love it. So what I'm going to do for adhesive, I'm just going to use this Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. And oops, did not mean that. And I'm just going to come around. I could also use my dot tape runner if I wanted to do that. We have a quickie glue pen, but I know the glue would dry before I got it put everywhere. It's really more for little things. I'll tell you something I wish I had. It's a new product, and I have not ordered it yet. It is an adhesive backing, and it would be perfect when you do these intricate die cuts to put on the back of your cardstock. Okay, now let's try to match this up. Again, I'm going to stand up and pray that I don't get my head in the camera. And all I'm going to do is just lay a block right there for a minute. Okay, and now I am going to decide over here. And I do think I want it over that paper. And there we go, right there. I will have my star element down here, and then that piece that's cut. There we go, that's perfect. And what I'm going to do is just make myself just a teeny tiny little pencil mark right there so I know where to line that back up once I get glue on it. And then all this little piece right here, I'm just going to snip that off because that is not going to be needed. I told you guys, I could not scrapbook fast if I tried. This girl will not be winning any speed scrapping competitions. And I'll tell you, if those of you who follow my channel and watch my videos, if you wonder why I never speed up my video, why I do real time, number one, I really enjoy watching people. I learn so much when I watch other people. Number two, my schedule, I work a full-time job. And my scrapbooking time is just pieces here and there. And so, like, by the time I get this edited and get this on, I will have shot this in, like, probably 4 different sections. Not that any of it, like, I just sat down and scrapbooked. It will be, like, 4 different times, 3 or 4 different times I've scrapbooked it. I stay with my aunt at night, so any scrapbooking that I do has to happen by the like when I'm off work and or early in the morning before work or on the weekends. And I just do not have the time to, between all that I do, I don't have the time to do voiceover. So if anybody's wondering why I keep it at one, like I do just normal speed, this is why. I do think I'm going to pull that little piece because I want 3 pops of red. And I did not season that because I have used that one. And I'm going to go in right there with that. And the theme for this challenge was the sketch, and the theme was black and white. So I'm trying really hard not to add a lot of red, but I feel like these little pops of red is going to draw your eye around the page. At least I hope. At least I hope. And something I didn't do, I should have put this down before, and I want it right there. I should have done this before. Let's see if I mess up my page. That'll be bad if I mess up my page, right? I'm just going with it because where that's black, I really don't think you're going to be able to tell that it had ink on it, the black star. Who's loving this? If you're still with me, who's loving this? Leave me a comment. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you, Katy Taylor. If you're watching this, you are like one of my biggest inspirations. And I love, like I watch you and Erin probably more than anybody. So thank you, Katy Taylor, for all of your inspiration. I mean, there's several folks I watch, but like, I try really hard never to miss any of Katy and Erin's videos because they're just so inspirational. I love any and all scrapbooking. Like, I am non-prejudiced. I love it all. I love it all. Okay, so now we have to think about, right down here, oh, first of all, let's look at where our title, before I start putting this stuff down, let's look at our title. And this, the reason I wanted to pull this for a title is just to show you, you may have already scrapbooked all of your kids' little back to school, like elementary school pages. And I wanted to show you a way to use this that does not involve elementary first day of school primary color. Now some of this, obviously this back to school, like I almost used it on Ashley's page the other day. That definitely could be. The flower and the A+ and the apple could be for so many different things. So I want to, my title is going to be black and it's going to go right there. So let's do this. Let's just lay it down for the time being. That way I'm marking where it's going to go. Let's go in and find our brackets that we're going to use. And these brackets, y'all, they're so thin. I know I don't want anything big, but then I also don't know that, let's go back here. That's the size I need. But I think I want, let's see, is that too little? That's too little. That's not going to work. Obviously, that's going to be too big. Let's see. And the reason that I don't think I want that is I don't want that. I feel like that's too much curvature, too much movement. Ooh, that looks like the point of the star. I am liking that one. Let's find the other one of that. Ooh, I am liking that one. Oh, are they the same size? Yes, they are the same size. It just looked really big for some reason over there on that side. You got this. And by using that, I feel like, I'm just double checking here. I've got them spread out. I just feel like that really will help encapsulate the title. But let's see. I really feel like that's too big. But then again, that one is too small. But I do like that. I think I'm going to go with that. Okay? And I'm not going to waste time putting that up. All right, so now I can work on this element. I told you I could not do a fast page if my life so depended on it. I could not. Now on this, before I get this stuck down, I'm going to go ahead and put in, no, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to tie a knot in it. A very loose knot. And then we will adhere that. And I really like this page. I really don't know on this one if I am going to actually have journaling per se on this one, or if I'm just going to, because the only thing that I would need to journal is that this is his junior year, and put the school year. And they got brand new uniforms. I think I said at the beginning of this video that this is not even his number. This picture was taken before his uniform was even here. And then I'm going to show you how I fixed that tag. I cut it right on the pattern. And like I said, only those of you watching my video are going to know. Oh, would you listen to my girl? There's an airplane flying over. And she just thinks that somebody's here to get mom and dad. All 6 pounds over is going to be a big attack dog one of these days. Right? That would be Miss Marley Grace. I am loving this. Loving it. I think that I am going to put that on foam. I think. Let me grab some. I got this idea from Miss Katy Taylor as well. So, Katy, if you ever watch my videos, girl, you inspire me so much more than you know. This is just cheapo craft foam. It's self-adhesive on one side. And you just purchase it up from Amazon. And I think mine are like 6x8 sheets. And it just saves you from using all that foam whenever you are working on photos. And of course that's not going to stick, so we'll just use a little glue. And now let's make sure. I love this layout. I cannot love it more. No, I cannot. So this has not been used, so I have to season this stamp. You got this. And I think what I may do is just underneath it use my journal pen and write in that it is junior year and then write the school year, I think. And I am going to use my ribbon remove right there just to get that off my mat, because I'm going to put, and I'm sorry for that shake, guys, I'm going to put foam down, because since this is a title, my whole page would be messed up if it's not good. And then let me grab some black ink, just plain old black ink. sure I'm inked up good. And again, I want to make sure. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love that the writing is a little wonky. The letters are kind of here and there. I love that because that's just perfect for this layout. And now let me grab this. And then the only thing I have left to do is find my micro glue dots. And on my micro glue dots on these brackets, I am just rolling them in the 3 sort of top, middle, and bottom. I love it. La 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 love it. It does not take a lot to excite me. Oh, I love it. And then right here, I'll just write Junior 2021. Because football season, even championship, will not go into 2022. So I'll just put Junior 2021. I love it. So the only thing I have left to do is, and you know what? I'm not going to do it right now, but I may end up, well, I may as well do it now. This is another reason why I like doing my videos in real time. Is I want to show you guys if you make mistakes or you want to change things, that things are fixable, okay? Things are fixable. So I'm going to pull, rub and remove, and I cut my rub and remove so that I can have smaller pieces. And all I'm doing right here is going over that with that rub and remove to pull up any of that, again, I'm sorry for the shake, any of that adhesive. So now let me look at where I want my tags to go. I think I want the tags on up here. So then this is going to go more there. There we go. Okay, now there is something else I want to add before. I want to show you guys this. Put my lid back on my glue before I add my dots. So I'm going to go back into this stamp set right here, and I'm going to pull those little like slashy marks, and I'm going to put it on. And so something I'm going to do is grab my journaling pen, and this one is a 0.1, which is good. And so all I'm going to do is go around my page, and I'm just going to pull. It doesn't matter if it's straight, it doesn't matter if it's wavy, just to add some more definition to this page. And I'm probably going to do 2 lines and let them wiggle and weave. And I find it's easier for me if I pull toward myself. Okay, now I want it to sort of wiggle and weave a little. I don't know, I just feel like this adds just something extra some fun, especially when you're using a white base. And here's the thing about John Little, okay? My gorgeous 17-year-old nephew. My niece will pose for any pictures I want to do. I mean, she came out of the womb posing for photos. My photos of him basically are sport photos. You know, the occasional family photo that we can get, but mostly it's sport photos. So these are all the big dots. So that one does not have a gluey on the back. Wrong size. Uh-oh. So let's just grab a gluey. So I'm going to go around and, well, I guess I'm going to have to go back to using my paper piercer. I'm peeling the glue dots off. Here, I think I want them. So let's go back to the paper piercer. So there's the large ones. And then let me get, I think I want like the small mix. I go through these things like hot butter. Rules of 3. Rules of 3. And then I'm going to come in stash busting over here with some really old. Those of you who have been close to my heart, you've been buying product for a while, you may remember these. And if you don't remember these, you will remember that packaging. So that's like really old. Really long time ago. That's not the size I want. I want this size. And I'm not pulling in a lot of red. I'm just putting in 1 enamel dot. And I almost feel like I need some over here. But then I'm going to have 4. And that's not an odd number. Let's do this. Let's do a red there. And let's do a black there. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's it. That is my page. What do you think? And again, let me show you the sketch. Let me go back to Katy Taylor. I lost her. And let me pull up her sketch. This was the sketch that the design team did. And now I took some liberties with it, obviously. Oh, and you know what? I did not show you how to do this. Totally forgot. So I'm just inking this up. And just in some places. And what I like about this is this sort of reminds me of the laces on a football. Even though there's not a football anywhere on this page, this just reminds me of the laces on a football. And I think I'm only going to do 3. I don't think I'm going to put 1 on this side. Rules of 3. So there we go. That's this page. And I am not going to do any journaling on this page other than, because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's obvious this is an advertisement in a program. And obviously it's John. It says his name. And then I'll just put Junior 2021 PHS. And there we go. I love it. What do you think? And I thought that I would use some of these that came out of, but I don't know that. Oh, now that I start doing this, I may. Now that I start doing this, I may want to use it. I just don't ever know when to stop, y'all. I just don't ever know when to stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's odd. I just don't ever even know when to stop. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to adhere them down. I'm going to walk away and think about it for a minute. So in the stills, they may make it and they may not. I don't know, but I kind of like them. All right, guys. Hopefully this did not bore you to death. And this is, I'm going to share this with you one more time. So if you want to play, it is the 30 days of scrapbooking, Scraptember, and 30 days of sketches. And so if you want to play, I will leave a link that Katy shared so that you can hop over to the Facebook page and share your creations. Hopefully you like this. Leave a like if you did, a comment. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Share if you like this content. Share so that other folks who are scrapbookers will know about my budding little YouTube channel. And you guys have a happy scrappy day.